Hello everyone, Wenzeltron here, and we're back on Heroes of the Storm, as always. In today's video, we're going to be continuing the HGC top picks trend, but this one is another one of those pocket picks. As you see on screen, we have Anub'arak, and so Anub'arak was actually picked only in 6 matches, but he won 5 of them, and was most picked by Fnatic overall. The only other team that picked him was Beyond the Game against Darksided, and they still won too. And Anub'arak only lost in the second game against MVP Black in the finals. So the thing that I really like about Anub'arak is it seemed to be one of those things that countered the Korean teams, because the high CC of Anub'arak's kit actually shut down their dive combo, like I mentioned with the Malfurion video. And the other one was when Fnatic pulled out this hero against Tempo Storm in the quarterfinals. They used ETC and Anub'arak, but they went for a damage style as well. So they used the Locust Swarm ultimate in that game. So I highly recommend you guys check out these videos because they work out really well and shows the kind of how to build a team comp that's non-traditional. As you know, Anub'arak had been very strong in the earlier stages of the season with Cocoon, but since the nerfs he's kind of fallen off, and he also had received health nerfs, which greatly reduced his overall strength as well. So we're probably going to do a standard build for him here, but I think Anub'arak was in a really unique spot for the finals here, and because many teams haven't been using him very often, most of the time they did choose Cocoon. So one way to ruin the Korean teams is their synergy as a unit is so strong is by cocooning one of their players out, because that reduces their overall group cohesion, because it just removes that player, which is really important, especially when they're all diving you expecting that blow up. So with that, I'm going to leave some links to the videos that I mentioned here, and then I'll leave some stats on the screen as I'm explaining this as well, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about and where I'm getting it. As always, the stats are from masterleague.net, and I filtered it out so you guys can see all the things. It's really cool to see like these unique picks happen in the game, and especially pocket picks in the end of the season like that, where things start going down to the wire and teams have to, you know, adapt to unique strategies or different strategies that the enemy isn't going to see coming, because you know, from the tank side of it, it's ETC, Muradin, and Dahaka are, like as I said before, the top 3 picks. So pulling out a sneaky Anub'arak and be able to win is one of those things that can give you an edge to be the final or the grand champions of the world. So let's do it, everybody. Alright, everybody, we are on, what is this? Infernal Shrines. Also, as you probably saw, we have Royal in as guest starring, but we're still going to keep it in the normal format of these videos where I'd explain the abilities. So, for Anub'arak, how do you play him? Well, normally he's the counter dive, so if the enemy team has a lot of spellcasters, you're going to go for him because he has a baseline of 20 spell armor, and then at level 1 you go Nerubian armor, which gives you an additional 30. So now, even though it doesn't say here, I have a 50% spell armor, which is pretty big, and that's why he also gets paired with Uther a lot, which actually Fnatic did when they won against Ballistic. Whoa! The super flip with the grenade.
That's pretty nice.
That was really ridiculous. So as you can see, I used my Q ability, which is a straight line kind of skill shot, but it is called Impale. As you can see, it's pretty decent range. And you just knock up every hero that it hits for a brief second. We got another amazing super flip. That synergy is ridiculous.
Oh, nice. That's alright. We were able to get one of them. And
then my W ability is called Hardened Carapace, which is just a small shield of 328. And you kind of spam that ability more or less, because you get your trait active called Scarab Host. Every time you use an ability, you spawn a beetle that lasts for 8 seconds and just kind of deals a little tiny damage. Doesn't really do that much, but what it does is as a skill shot blocker. So heroes like Li Ming, or the... who else is annoying for it? Stitch's Hooks is really annoying with it. So yeah. And then the other last ability is Burrow Charge, as you saw me use, is just you go underground, and it's one of the few engage tools that are still give you the unstoppable trait. And ooh, he just missed it. So that's why another reason why it's used, because a lot of teams are really good at coordinating when warriors basically have their disengage / engage and interrupting that, so they get stuck deep inside enemy territory, as they say. I don't know who says that, but I just said it right now, so. And then, as I was mentioning too, is that since Anub'arak has received his health buffs, which aren't really too terrifying because he does have the additional spell armor, so that makes him more usable in places against spell damage versus tanks with higher health, just like does a Genji on the backside attacking on Morales. But his effective HP is still rather high with the ability of the team. They're actually stealing a lot of these right now. So the one good news, okay, so they're not actually stealing as many as we thought before. The one good thing is that we do have a Wenzeltron, and Cocoon will be really strong against their team because of the Gul'dan. I'd really wish you would stop flipping, Johanna. You gotta leave. No mana on our side, and just... I think... Let's see.
I would just need a few more.
I know, but they're
Maybe,
gonna be
but,
getting him really fast. Artanis had no mana, so the fact that he's... Oh, you're dead.
But
Darn. I'll try to... Nope, no way.
The demons have summoned an arcane punisher.
Who's up top? Brightwing and Murky. Already got a 2-level lead. This is not good. This is no bueno.
on my way.
You actually don't really have a solo lane. I'm gonna just go for Bed of Barbs. This is the old standard, and I think it'll work. I was looking at the talent choices in the HGC finals. You could go Under King as well. After Anub'arak saw his talent changes, there were some people going for a Carapace build, but it kind of fell off in favor very quickly, which is understandable. I tried that build a while ago, and I just don't like it. Murky killed our Zeratul.
Defend our fort.
Good chain. I'm gonna rotate up and just harass. So there you go. You can see now the spell armor went active.
We should capture the cat.
So this is what Murkies do, bro. Really, they just harass on the battlefield and make your life ridiculously annoying. And you have to answer to them, and if you don't answer them, they just get free value on the map. Similar to that of Vikings, but a little bit weaker, and he kind of, I would say, falls off into the late game. He only gets a lot of value, really, in quick match or on a coordinated Hero League play. In Team League, he just is, you know, he's a quarter of a hero, so he's really not that good. Murky's back up top, and there's really nothing we can do about it, because he's just going to waste so much time. He already drained all the ammo shots, tower shots, excuse me. And now we're gonna go Subterranean Shield. So this further increases Anub'arak's effective HP pool because of the shielding a function. You have to just take that damage before you actually take. This Murky is so annoying. I'm really sick of it right now. There's gonna be 10. We just gotta get 10.
Yep. Trying to get a little bit of X when I can.
So Anub'arak doesn't have very much lane clear at all, so the fact that I'm here is really detrimental to my team, because as he is a team fighting tank, he can be used in the lane, but it's not a good thing. That's for sure. So early punishers aren't very strong, so we can be fine to give these up now. So not 10 still. Also, in a future update, they're going to be adding a when teams hit level 10. So you know.
Oh.
We got a camp. Nice, you already completed a request, which is pretty big.
There we go. Oh, I gotta watch out for the big guy.
Yeah,
He's
don't
gonna jump.
don't let him jump on you. Oh my gosh, Morales got jumped on. So
Yeah.
one of the things you guys don't realize is that once the Punisher spawn has a short internal cooldown, I think it's about 10 or 12 seconds. Don't quote me on that though. But basically, it won't leap on a target until it basically hits the lane. And then it's the first hero that either attacks it or uses an ability on it, and then it's the nearest hero from that first basic attack. So the idea is that you'd want to... No, don't attack. No. Why are they going in still? I'm rooted. This is bad. This is super bad. Okay, we're fine.
Has been vanquished.
We should get the siege camp up top to try and help de-push this Murky. I can't believe you missed that Q.
I know, went right through him.
The enemy team is rotating bottom. They need to be careful. So they're trying to flank a Johanna and wasting all their energy to not get anything off of her. Artanis has no mana and the backline has been dope. We were not grouped up. Zeratil's dead again. To the back. Artanis needs to get mana. So as you can see there, I ate all of Gul'dan's magic damage right there, but barely took any of it because of my baseline spell armor increase. Or from level 1, rather. Oh, what? Are you kidding? I tried. So I tried to cocoon Genji there to save Kel'Thuzad, but it did not work. The follow-up damage from the... Okay, we're actually turning this a little bit. Also, against Anub'arak is pretty decent against Genji. The problem about Anub'arak, though, is his cooldowns are quite a bit longer than most heroes. My Q is at a 12-second cooldown, and so is Burnout Charge is at 14, sorry. So it's a decent cooldowns on a hero that should be remain engaged. So you kind of have to play around them a little bit more than other tanks. It feels like to me. We do have a cocoon up in 60 seconds. So cocoon changes was the projectile speed and range. So now I have to be more in melee range to use the ability. Johanna has used her falling sword. Going for Brightwing. Oh, I'm being zoned out though. Or Zeratil has not gone for Void Prison. Horrify has been used. We are now level 13. We're gonna just go Burning Rage and focus on getting this. We shouldn't be fighting anymore. We should just be getting the point. Okay, there's a kill on Gul'dan though, which is good. Murky looks like he got the top camp for them. I do have Burrow Charge, but I'm very low on mana, so I don't really want to engage onto things too much here. March the Murloc has been used, so we do have to be a little careful of that. Nice, we were able to shut down the Genji. I interrupted him first, but I'm really, like I said, I'm really low on mana and just trying to sustain and get this shrine for us. Johanna might actually die here. I'm very low. I need to leave. I need mana. Okay, I'm actually just gonna kind of stay and to help KT. If John Cena decides to go in on this, we might actually be able to turn this fight even more than we already have. Top camp is in trouble. I have Cocoon, so if we want to... Alright, focus this tower down and then we'll back out. Alright, cool. Going for Murky. Crystal was body blocking the crap out of me. Here's Murky, he's back. Okay, we were able to kill the pufferfish there. Johanna's coming in. Morales needs to back out. Zeratul is out of mana. I don't know why he went in. I mistimed my... There we go, we still got it anyways. Oh my god, that was huge. Alright, so at this level, we go for Epicenter. So this also received a nerf a while ago. It was used to be an 80% impact area increase, and now it is a 60% area increase. We gotta leave, because the March of the Murlocs is super strong right now. I'm very low on mana as well.
Yeah, I have no mana. I'll head back.
This Artanis is just going aggressive all of the time. Morales is probably gonna die. There we go! Counter on the Genji! Alright, Fear's out. I do have Cocoon. I'll probably use it on Brightwing. Out on Brightwing. Going under to Gul'dan. It's a double kill, switching back to Brightwing. Wow, that didn't hurt her either. Alright, I should have not wasted my Q. So she used Ice Block. Oh, just out of range. But we're just kiting her back. Trying to stagger the death at this point at least. We probably won't be able to kill her now, though. The shrine is ready. There we go! That was a really good chain. I always forget you can chain the structures with Kel'Thuzad. Alright, we're gonna head up to the shrine. We have 2 dead, Brightwing's dead for another 30 seconds, and Gul'dan has just spawned. Johanna has another 5 seconds to go. So we've kind of taken the momentum of this game and turned it in our favor because Murky has stopped split pushing and has instead decided to become part of the team. Oh my god, the save is so real. I was like, why are you all the way over there?
I was getting too cocky.
I know. Murky went for the auto attack slow, the time to krill, I think it's called. Yeah. So that every auto attack he does increases slow onto you up to 30%, I believe, if not more. Stacks 5 times, so 7 times 5 is 35%. But he has to stack his autos on you to make it a thing. But now we're at this point, we're just shutting down the Murky because Kel'Thuzad's scaling is really good for that, being able to just blow him up. And the CCs are really strong on him too. Okay, it looks like Murky has foregone trying team fight at this point and is now pushing middle lane. Genji is spawned. March of the Murlocs is flanking. March of the Murlocs is over, so we're okay. It wasn't a very good March of the Murlocs. And this Immortal is basically dead. It's now gotten to the front wall, but
able to save middle.
we should just get this camp before Murky comes in and steals it from us. And as you can see, the pufferfish now gets destroyed by Zeratil's cleave very easily. Brightwing has used... We can posture for this keep right now because of... Horrify is down, and I'm stuck in the back line, and I'm being body blocked with the Emerald Wind. But it looks like Morales should be okay. We've got a lot of peels. Murky's egg is dead, so if he dies here, he's got a real death. That's a real death for Murky. So that was really good separation by the... Just back out. Back out. There's no support. So it was really good separation by the Brightwing, though, because she used Emerald Wind to push me further into the fort, which separated me from my team as Genji was targeting the back line there, which makes my life a nightmare. So I'm actually going to pick a new talent here. Normally I would go Rewind, but for this time I've been seeing a lot more nullification shields across the blind for all tanks, and especially looking at their team, being able to absorb this amount of damage is huge. I initially kind of started theory crafting this for my Rexar builds for more tankiness, and I think this ability actually is underutilized other than in competitive play. You'll see a lot of Tyraels take this ability, and I just think it's a really good ability to be able to mitigate an amazing amount of damage, because that's 60 spell armor, along with my already baseline 50. So if I time this right, I can get a total of, let's see, does it tell me? At level, I can have 1.5 seconds of reduced damage, and then at 50%, and then I can pop it again and get 80% because it stacks with my baseline. So if I time it properly after taking damage, you can just be super tanky for your team. Looks like Johanna has engaged on me, which is good. There we go! She is going to be using Emerald Wind as soon as she gets out of this. As you can see, there we go. But the KT combo pulls them together, and we're doing work. So I'm going to pop my Nullification Shield now, and as you can see, I barely took any damage from that. Murky's egg is right here. Oh no, he just moved it. Darn. Alright, let's back out to the shrine. So we're kind of taking control of this game at this point. Our team comp synergizes much better into shutting down the Brightwing solo healer. Even though they do have Horrify to kind of stop our dive, it's a big cooldown to use as a defensive tool rather than an engaged tool. It can destroy momentum, but it's not ideal. Just focus on... This Artanis really likes to kill Murky. He doesn't want to focus on objectives very often. Ah, Royal!
Oops, I didn't even see that. I was looking at my target.
I was gonna knock him up and then we would have been fine.
Oh.
So Johanna is alone right here. Brightwing is in. Gonna cocoon her now. And there we go. This might be game right here. We can probably channel this for the win. Oh, I mistimed. Oh, John Cena decides to jump. It's okay. She's gone. There's no point to chase her. Getting the keep is way more important. I mentioned this a couple videos ago. You can win the team fight all you want, but if you're not taking structures, you're not winning the game. Macro play over micro. Oh! Murky just moved his egg. 20 seconds on Cocoon. Murky is flanking us with the March of the Murlocs, but it doesn't matter. Because we just sidestepped it, and that's game. I can't say we didn't do too bad. Woo! So, I just went standard build. The only change I would do here is the Nullification Shield, because they had a lot of spell damage. Artanis gets the MVP, though. He's very singular focused in his ideas. Trying to be an assassin more than a frontliner. So, let me show you the stats real quick. And as always, I will leave a link to the build. As always. So we only did 63,000 siege damage and 24,000 hero damage. Nothing crazy, but Anub'arak doesn't really do a crazy amount of damage. He's not one of those heroes. Less than Johanna, but he's all about the CC. And then, as I said, the build is more or less standard at this point. The only thing I did, as I said, was nullification. So, with that, everybody, thank you all for joining me. And shout out to Royal for joining in as a special guest star. And, yeah. So this is Anub'arak, and I just think that his CC combination can destroy a very well synergized group. The only problem is if they do have a tool to break out someone in the cocoon very easily. Just checking what Anub'arak played against. So he did play against Tassadar quite often, and Tassadar has been known to be a Anub'arak counter for the cocoon. But if you cocoon Tassadar, he has no way of doing anything that Tassadar does. So that might be one of the reasons they picked Anub'arak as they kind of counter each other. Because if you counter him with the cocoon, Tassadar loses all the value that he would provide for his team anyways. As we all know, he is a hyper enabler for almost any team comp, but mostly those hyper carry Vala styles / tracers. So with that, everybody, leave a comment in the description below. What do you guys think about Anub'arak and where he stands so far? Because he was in the meta very, very strongly not too long ago, but has since fallen off. But if the best team, or rather the second best team, Fnatic, can make him work, he must not be that terrible. So see y'all later, everybody, in the next video of Heroes of the Storm.